be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.
What is the deal, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Thursday. I hope you all are doing well. And if this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. Pull up a seat. I hope you enjoy the content. And before we get into this food, I want to ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and go ahead and tap that bell while you're at it, so you know anytime I drop a brand new video, go live, or schedule a premiere. All right, y'all. So today we're having a seafood boil. I wanted some seafood, so it's about that time. So we have some mussels. And I have scallops on the channel for the first time. I've never had scallops on here before. So we got mussels, scallops, we have some lobster tails, and we just have some boiled eggs. Kept things really, really simple. And we have a sauce here. This is just a little bit of everything mixed up in there, y'all. Like, ain't nothing special. But a bunch of onions are in there and all that stuff, and a bunch of spices and all that stuff. So, yeah, so let's get to it, y'all. Let me see what I want first. Because probably the lobster, because I haven't had lobster in a minute. And I deserve some lobster. We deserve lobster, y'all. So what's going on, y'all? Happy Thursday. Almost done with this week. Give y'all the first bite. Do a little lemon. Oh, that's good. Delicious. Y'all, I'm so hungry. I didn't realize how hungry I was. So freaking hungry. And I can't believe that I've never had scallops. Well, I guess I can believe it because I'm not a big fan of scallops, so that makes perfect sense. To be honest with you guys, I hated scallops for a long time. Until one weekend I went over to Steph and Tasha's house. And Steph made some bomb scallops, so I felt like I could eat them after that. I think the first time I had them, they were like undercooked. This is my first time making them. That is so good. Again, I've been missing out. So I got mussels in the repertoire. Eating mussels now. Now I'm gonna start eating scallops. I've never really had clams before, or oysters. So I guess I can make my way to those things next because I haven't had those. If anybody's new to the channel, if you've only saw the last couple videos, you may think I'm a vegan, but I'm not. I've also saw some vegan comments. I'm not a vegan. I consider myself a flexitarian, which means that, in my opinion, I just kind of listen to my body. And my body told me to scale back on meat, so I did. But like if I wanted to eat meat, I would. So, and I'm just trying to eat as many plants as I can, eat way more vegetables and stuff like that too. So that's kind of my mission these days. Those scallops. After tasting the ones that Steph made for me, or that she made, and the ones that I just made today, the first time I had scallops, they were definitely undercooked. I'm surprised I didn't get sick, but I didn't. This is so satisfying. So good. Let me give y'all a mussel. There you go. I'm on a mission to find some green lip mussels because those are really hard to find, but I got a couple of recommendations of places, so I need to make some time this weekend to go see if I can find them. I would love to have those. As you guys can see, I finally found me a hoop ring for my nose. I had my hoop ring in for years. I had it for a long time. But then I took it out when I started my job that I started last year. I never put it back in. And then when I wanted to find a nose ring, I couldn't find the right size. So I finally found the right size. Also, you know, not that people have been asking me quite a bit about prayer, not even like in a negative way, but just curious if I pray before. Why don't I pray on camera? Excuse me, I actually pray while I'm preparing, getting everything set up. You know, I pray that I find my words. I pray that I can find a topic, because sometimes that's a struggle, y'all. And I'll just sit down and just pray that whatever I need to talk about comes to me, and that's usually how it works. I'll always come up with a topic at the last minute, or something to talk about. So, and I also pray over the food that I'm about to eat. So that's usually my process. I know everybody is different, but that's just my time with God before I get to work. So anyway, what I thought about today, me and my mom went and ran an errand earlier, and I was thinking about how important mentors are. Like, I don't think that you could ever be too young, too old, or too successful to have a mentor. You know, and also I think that these could be people that are in your life that you have access to, or they could be people from afar. I think that sometimes we might forget that you don't have to know the person that's your mentor. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of benefits to just having a mentor, like people just really showing you the ropes, being willing to share. They share a lot of their experiences, which can kind of ease some of your growing pains. They share books and resources, and when you build a relationship with a mentor, they can really sometimes even connect the dots for you. You know, you can be, you know, they can basically connect you to other people that you need to have conversations with, or that you need information from. And I think with a mentor too, that I think that the approach can't be, hey, what can you do for me? I think people get that twisted, because I've seen a lot of that where people are like, hey, I need help me. And it's like, that's not how it is. Like, it really has to come off like genuine, you know, that you're into their work or their craft or what it is that they do. It can't just be, hey, let me pick your brain. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be like, hey, I'm willing to help you. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to sit back and observe. I'm willing to, you know, just have a willingness about you when you approach that person. You know, because I honestly get emails all the time where people are like, hey, I need help. And it's like, no, I mean, I don't mind helping anybody. I respond to all of the emails. But I just think it's the approach. Make sure that you communicate well. You know what I'm saying? A really important thing is, like, when you reach out to people, you know, make sure that you say hello. I know that may seem very simple, but make sure you say hello. Make sure there's a greeting before you jump into what it is that you're reaching out for. People are really busy. Even if they're not a content creator, if they don't have a huge following online, people are still very busy in their lives. And, you know, it's just nice to have a greeting. That's just very professional and the right thing to do before you get into reaching out to somebody. It's a little more about having a mentor from afar. My mentor from afar, I mentioned her yesterday. Her name is Myleik Teal. And Myleik is the CEO of a company called Curlbox. Some of you may be familiar. Curlbox is a subscription-based service, monthly service for hair care products. She also has a podcast. She's just awesome. She really is. Like, but she's been my mentor from afar for years, for like 4 years now. And when I say having a mentor from afar, because you may be like, what the hell? Why would I do that? There's a lot of benefits because a lot of people love to share. They share their struggle. They're very transparent about what they've had to go through, hoops they have to go through, obstacles, challenges, how they got knocked down, how they were able to secure funding, books that helped them. Marlene shares her books all the time. So when you have a mentor from afar, even if you have access to them, I think a lot of it is about studying the things that they've done, things that help them. So when she, says her favorite books, I'll go through and look and see if the ones that jump out at me, that speak to me. And I'll listen to the books, read the books. And one of my favorite books came from my league. It's called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. And that book helped me do a lot of ego work, After reading that book, I really, was like, hey, my ego will not ruin me. You know what I'm saying? That happens to a lot of people. But I would have never heard about that book had I never just kind of, like I said, studied my league and listened to her podcast, listen to what she's saying, take time out to kind of, spend my extra time to look into the things that she's suggesting. I would move to action pretty much when she would suggest books, picking out the books that jumped out at me. And I think that even one of the biggest things I learned in Ego is the Enemy is that, which is makes so much sense in terms of having a mentor. Ryan Holiday, the author, he said, you have to realize that when you're helping somebody clear their path, that you're also clearing the path for yourself. So that's what I'm saying. When you reach out to somebody to be a mentor, think about that. Like, you helping them is helping yourself too, because they're showing you things hands-on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're giving you free game, basically. If you're willing to put your time in, because people associate helping other people, they associate that with money. But people will give you skills and resources that money cannot buy. And that's what you have to be mindful of, I think. So it's just really important. A lot of people want to break into, they want to do YouTube. They want to have their own businesses, their own makeup line, their own clothing line, their own, all kind of stuff that you want to do. Your own lash company, whatever it is. I think it's just really important to follow people that are doing what you want to do, so they can either be your mentor from afar, or they may be somebody that you have access to. And don't be afraid to ask them to be your mentor. And I just think about how there's so many things I wouldn't be doing without my mentors, and just the things that they've shown me, that they've given me. I think one of the biggest things, Janine Daniels is my mentor in terms of like writing and filmmaking. And you guys have heard me say her name before. I love me some Janine. What's up, Janine? If you're watching, I love Janine. But one of the biggest things, it was such a simple thing that Janine said. She was just like, Rhonda, write what you know, create what you know. Like, why complicate things? And she was right, because for a long time I was living in this fantasy world of like creating things that, I was using my imagination, which was great. But I was stepping so far outside of a world that I didn't know about. So I got lost in it sometimes, So a lot of things I was creating and trying to write didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So when she told me that, I shifted my focus on, okay, let me get back to what I know. And what I know is about the LGBT community. I know a lot about women and the challenges we've had. And I've been able to put that in my work. I know stuff about mental health because of my own experiences. And I've been able to channel that in my work. So that's some of the, they really drop gems on you. Your mentors, they really do. And I will say this too, is that when you're looking for somebody that's a mentor, I think they should be your mentor for the right reasons. Don't go after somebody because, oh, you got numbers, you have a huge following. That's great. But what can they actually teach you or show you? Or what can you learn from them? You have to think about that. And also, keep in mind, because people are showing you the ropes, they can give you the exact blueprint. But that doesn't mean you're going to yield the same results. You still have to keep in mind what it is you want to do, and be true to yourself. Like, do not mimic anybody else. I don't think that there's a need to mimic anybody else. I feel like there's room for everybody in any industry you want to be a part of. But you're following or shadowing someone who's successful in that industry, but you still have your own path. You still have your own approach to how you want to handle your business. So I think that's very important. Like, don't try to mimic that person, but again, just picking up key pointers and information, understanding the business side of things is important. You know, even I could even consider Steph and Tosh mentors, you know. And they shared a lot of information with me, but it was still a lot of information, things to do, thumbnails, just conversations and questions that I had before I got started. And I'm grateful that I had access to them. But it was still up to me. Like, they're not running my channel. I still have to make decisions. I still have to decide how I want to create my content and what it is that I want to do with my content. So I just see a lot of conversations, you know, going on in the comments and even the DMs. People talk about businesses and things they want to start. And again, I just don't think you're ever too young, too old, or too successful to have a mentor. Somebody that is doing exactly what you want to do. I think that's very important and very key. So that was it. That was on my heart today. Just reminding y'all, just don't be afraid of somebody showing you the ropes and you reaching out to somebody and sending them an email saying, hey, I would love to be able to shadow you. I would love to be able to come and talk to you and, you know, just learn from you. You know, I want to soak up as much game as I can. I mean, obviously don't call it game. Word the email correctly, but I'm just saying, don't be afraid to reach out to people, because you'd be surprised how they'll respond and how that relationship can change your life. Because when you build a relationship with a mentor and you guys really, really build something special and you guys have a friendship outside of that mentorship, I'm telling you, it can really take you places for real. I mean that. It'll get you in conversations that you never thought you were going to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? Because your mentor trusts you and believes in you and wants the best for you, and once you get to that next level, that they're now going to pull out their phone book or DM whoever that they know, because they want to help you, because you've shown and proved that you're willing to put in the work, you know, and that, you know, like I said, they want to see you shine. So they've, like I said, when you're helping them clear the path, you're clearing the path for yourself as well, you know. So anyway, y'all, I'm done. I will see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow we're really doing a challenge for real. Challenge is going down tomorrow that I'm super excited about. I'm trying to debate if I'm gonna eat meat or not, y'all. I don't know. I just feel like eating meat would make this challenge that much better, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna pray about it. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Only thing I want you to do is be good to yourself. Peace.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.